All right, ladies and gentlemen, this should be the last video. Um, the last one was where you were cutting out this bottom surface. So you were flattening that, you were cutting out the circle so that way it was there and intact. Now what we're going to do is we're going to run a tool along the outside in order to cut the whole thing out. So, um, like I said, we need a tool to do that. That's going to be the contour, because what we're going to do is we're going to follow this bottom contour. Okay. And so this needs to be the last step, because if you cut this before other things, then you're going to break this piece loose and it's going to fall in the Maslow, and bad things will happen. Okay. We want to make sure tabs are in place. Okay. Tabs are these little chunks of wood that it's going to leave in order to keep the thing from falling. Okay. We want these things to be a 1/2 inch wide, and we want them to be 1/8 of an inch tall. Okay. At least that. We might end up having to up that a little bit depending on how the conditions of the plywood are. If they break too easy on some of them, we're going to have to up it. Either way. So now we have to set our bases. Again, the bottom of the cut is the bottom of the material. The top of it, a lot of times you think that it's this surface. It is not, because this surface that's here, this one that's right there, is the surface we want to have. So we're going to run our bit on the outside of that thing in order to cut it. Okay, so that means that our surface is the top of the stock again. Cool. So now stock top again. I want that to be 0.1. Again, stock top for the retract, 0.1. And then stock top again on your clearance height, 125. Next. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we want a couple of finishing passes. 2 of them is perfect. Finishing feed rate, finishing overlap. We don't need to worry about that. Outer corner. I want a sharp corner. Okay. You can look at these other ones to see how it is and how it actually turns out if you'd like, but I like sharp corners on my stuff. We do still need to have multiple depths, so I'm going to set that back at 0.1. Finishing number of step downs, we'll go with 1 of those. And we don't want a rough final. We don't want stock to leave. We do want smoothing. And we don't want rapid retract. We do want to keep the tool down. Lead in, blah, blah, blah. Ramp. No. It's not giving us the option for plunge. So give it a whirl. Ignore. All right. So now looking at this thing, it's doing this. Okay. So you might wonder why there's 2 tool paths right next to one another. One of them is the rough in one, and then the other one is the finish one. Okay. So we're going to simulate this, and hopefully it'll be done within 5 minutes. But as you can see, it's just going to run right along the thing, and it's going to carve out very little material. Okay. Yeah, man. Now, the interesting part, make sure our tabs are left there, because no tabby, no hold the thingy in there, and then the piece drops while the blade is moving. Bad things happen. Not that I've seen that before. All right, so we saw the bit go up over those tabs. Cool, groovy. That's what we need to see. All right. Gonna be done there. All right, so now we should be able to go ahead and simulate the whole of it, and you should be able to see it from start to finish. I don't have time for that. There we go.